barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I got a chance to listen to the media call yesterday as it relates to Terence Crawford. And I went and after the media call, I went and looked on Ticketmaster, and a subscriber sent me a screenshot picture. So I went on Ticketmaster to look at the tickets, see if they were being sold, see how the tickets were being sold. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch the NBA basketball game on mute. It was the Oklahoma City Thunder today against somebody. I can't remember who they beat today. It was 107 to 99, somewhere in there. Somewhere in there, I forget who they beat. And I didn't see no commercials for the Terence Crawford fight. I didn't see no promos. I didn't see anything in their prime time slot. And the ticket prices indicate that the advertising, the marketing for this fight is lackluster. And I listened to the disrespect that Terence Crawford had to endure on his media call. And I say this as real as I can be. Terence Crawford, I think you just need to come on home. I think you need to be a free agent. I think you need to find a way to buy out of your contract. I think that I don't know how long your contract is. Rumor is, I don't know this to be true, but I have an insider at Top Rank. They say your contract is up in 2025, and if your contract is up in 2025 and the deal is 3.5 million a year, I think that they're winning. Um, and I think that the level of disrespect, from the Teddy Atlas conversation that they said you wasn't a pound for pound best fighter in the world in your face, when, in my humble opinion, at that time, Andre Ward was number one and you were number two, in my humble opinion. And this is just my opinion. I believe now you're the pound for pound best fighter in the world. Um, I believe you have Earl Spence on your neck as it relates to pound for pound best fighter. I believe if Earl Spence can successfully get past Sean Porter, um, and I believe he may supersede you in the pound for pound rankings. And if Jared Hurd can get past J Rock, I will definitely put J Rock in the top five. He'll be a bona fide top five fighter. So it'll be at least three of the top five fighters I have right there. But as I digress back into what I was saying, Terrence, I, I don't see no ascension. I don't see no growth. I would say there's probably about 7,000 tickets left to be sold, and you're 2 weeks away. I thought the fight was 6 weeks away. I'm being honest. I don't. I said this in my video yesterday or 2 days ago. I thought I didn't know April 20th was literally 3 weeks from Saturday. I didn't know, and it's gonna take a miracle for those tickets to get sold. But above all that, it's going to take an even bigger miracle for people to buy this pay-per-view. And especially, you guys have to own this mistake. But Bomac said he streamed the Earl Spence fight. Every Earl Spence fan is going to stream this fight out of discontent for Bomac. That's just how the pendulum swings. I don't think Earl Spence fans will buy this fight just because of what Bomac said. But above all that, I think there's a lack of commitment I see as it relates to Terence Crawford. There's no way a Homer journalist should be coming for your neck. I believe a Homer journalist should be throwing softball questions to you to promote the fight. You know, that Postal pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the fight before I was there, Lucas Matisse, Postal fought for a vacant belt at 140, if I'm not mistaken. It was a WBC belt, if I'm not mistaken. So whenever there's hardware on the line, it is a very important fight, regardless if 10 million people show up or 10 people show up. So I think Postol made Matisse quit. I believe he was on. I remember I was there. He was on one knee and could have gotten up, but he said something was wrong with his eye, and the referee counted to 10, and he took that belt into Vegas. And I I even said I picked Terence Crawford to win, and I also said that if you go back and watch my videos, I said Postol was a live underdog, which he wasn't. Terence Crawford won every round, had fun with him, stuck his tongue out at him, had a great time. Um, 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 so I said all to say, Terence Crawford, I don't know who's advising you. I don't know who's in charge of you on a day-to-day basis in terms of media. I think they're doing a piss poor job with you. Um, I'll say this, Terence Crawford. Amir Khan is from another country. Mexicans are not going to buy this fight. Asians are not going to buy this fight. You know who's going to buy this fight? In numbers that you need them to buy? Your black fans. And in my humble opinion, there's a disconnect between you and the black fans. And I think I'm not going to say it's intentional, but I will say it's because of the lack of infrastructure that is there. And Floyd Mayweather spoke on this greatly about they didn't know how to move him. And I think that still energy and leadership still exists at Top Rank. They don't know how to move a black fighter that is a hip hop, that is a hip hop, could be a hip hop type of fighter. You know, I wouldn't necessarily promote Terence Crawford as a hip hop kind of guy. I would promote him as a menace. You know, you know, if I believe if Terence Crawford was my neighbor as a kid or grow up, I think we would be great friends. Just because of his work ethic and his mindset. I think Terence Crawford has a great mindset. I think he has the ability to seek and destroy. The 48 laws of power, it says you obliviate your enemy. And I think he has that Kobe Bryant in him. He has that Mamba mentality that very few athletes possess. You know, I have the more. I have more of the Earl Spence mindset. I'm going to obliviate and destroy you. With the exception is I'm going to do it with a smile. You know, Terence Crawford is going to taunt you and destroy you. And it's awful what's happening to Terence Crawford. You know, am I mad? My am I upset? It's just. I mean, Terence Crawford's going to have to speak up sooner or later. I don't know when. I don't know how. I don't know where. Bob Arum already said that he protected Manny Pacquiao from Terence Crawford. He didn't want that fight. Meanwhile, Errol Spence is lobbying for the fight. They give Terence Crawford 3.5 to 3.5 million per fight, and Tyson Fury, who's never won a belt in America. He's never won a belt in America, never defended a belt in America, quote unquote, gets a bigger deal than him. You know, pay-per-view fight. I watched an entire NBA basketball game on ESPN in their prime time slot, 3 weeks from the fight, no promotion. I was listening to Junior the Truth, and um, let me just confirm this right now. ESPN, the magazine. Let me confirm this really quick. ESPN, the magazine. Um, you have there's a pay-per-view fight. Bryce Harper's on the cover, which isn't a bad idea because baseball definitely makes more money than boxing. But he said um, Anthony Joshua was on the cover, but I'm maybe I'm not looking at the right magazine cover. But anyways, the point I'm making is um, they're not wholeheartedly supporting you. Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports, the last 30 days of that Earl Spence press tour, Earl Spence was everywhere. They even had it on the bottom line. Purchase, purchase the pay-per-view fight. They had it on the ticker. They had cross promotion at the NFL playoff game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Rams. Maybe Earl Spence needs to go to an Oklahoma City basketball game. I believe that's the closest NBA team they have today. He and Russell Westbrook both have that killer mentality, alpha male type of mentality. You know, but man, it's just awful. It's just awful how, in my humble opinion, it's awful how Top Rank and ESPN is treating Terence Crawford. It's awful, man. It's pathetic. It's pathetic, man, and I don't like it. And I hope and pray after April 21st, Terence Crawford steps up to the plate and says something, does something about it. Because it's no way, it's 2019, it's no way Manny Pacquiao should not be on his ledger. Should not be in, Manny Pacquiao should be in Terence Crawford's graveyard. You know, um, so you know, there you have it, man. So I just wanted to bring this up and raise these points because it's just it's not right at the end of the day. And you know, there are reasons behind this. Bob Arum and Top Rank, I genuinely believe, love Lomachenko. Love him, love him, love him. You know, um, you know, I don't know, man. A man who becomes unified world champion gets the final belt on a body shot early in the fight. Embarrasses Postol, and man, it's beyond me. And they lead beat Ryder tries to humiliate Terence Crawford. Come on, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I I think top ranks what's it called? PR division? Is it that PR division has no clue how to promote a black fighter? No clue. They don't have a clue. It's not done the same way. It's not. And you can blame Terence Crawford as well for this because for different reasons. He's not out there promoting the fight. Amir Khan is somewhere stuck somewhere. I don't know. Oh, he's in San Francisco, I believe. Maybe he's at Snack. Oh no, he's with Virgil Hunter. No, is he training with Virgil Hunter? I don't know. Or is he training with Joe Goosen? I don't know who he's training with. But um, uh, I think he does pre-camp with Joe Goosen at 10 Goose. I've seen him there in a few camps, right? He cuts some weight there. He moves around and does a lot of shakeout workouts there. And then he goes up to Virgil Hunter for the real deal, right? Start cutting weight and trains at Snack and does his strength and conditioning. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's how he does it. Recently, that's what he's been doing. And it's not a great deal of level of promotion because I'm subscribed to everyone's YouTube channel. You know, even if I don't watch the videos, I can see the titles that pop up on my phone, and I don't see no Terence Crawford videos. You know, um, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say or do. You know, I humbly believe the LDBC is worth about 50,000 pay-per-view buys. I'm being honest. I'm being real. Literally, if he came over here, new media, we're worth at least 50,000 pay-per-view buys, at least. But I'm not excited about buying it. And I'm gonna keep it real, not from a selfish perspective but I'm more inclined to stream this fight than to buy it. And you say why? Because he hasn't interviewed with Top Rank, hasn't reached out to us to promote the fight. Bomac streamed Earl Spence fight, so obviously there's some discontent there. Um, I'm gonna support the people that allow me to do interviews, or in when in their presence will be interviewed. Don't run from me, Um, I think the very last interview I tried to interview with Terence Crawford, he ran after the Postol fight, if I'm not mistaken. You know, uh, he ran to his room. He went out the side door, and that's the last time I've ever tried to interview Terence Crawford, if I'm not mistaken. And so, and I'm not, and I don't, I'm not mad or anything like that. People gonna mix my words up. No, I don't. I actually would love for him to go on Trill Boxing Talk. I would love for him to go on Fanon, or I would love for him to come on my channel. And honestly, if Terence Crawford came on my channel, that would that interview would do six figures. That would only promote him to promote the fight. Everyone knows how hard I've been going on him on his business decisions, right? And you know how many spinoffs there would be from that interview. I'm just saying, Top Rank is a missed the ball. Their PR department is below average as it relates to promoting Terence Crawford and Amir Khan, and the numbers are going to show. I think ESPN boardroom is going to have to buy some pay-per-views to get it over 100,000. But good luck the rest of the way, and I don't say that facetiously or sarcastically. You know, I want Terence Crawford. I'm never not a fan of a black. You guys know me from the core. I'm never not a fan of a black man getting his money. Never, never, ever, never. I have the ability to. I have the ability to play my part, play my role. And so, anyways, man, it's just shameful how ESPN and Top Rank is treating um, Terence Crawford as it relates to this to the promotion of this fight. You know, um, Terence. I would suggest Terence Crawford get more active on his Twitter. I would suggest Terence Crawford get more active on his Instagram. Bomac, all these guys on their Facebook pages. You have to. Maybe you need to repost people ordering the pay-per-view buys. You understand what I'm saying? Um, you'll shout them out if they buy the pay-per-view. I don't know. You gotta, you have to start engaging with the fans. Now it's gonna hurt your pockets, because if this pay-per-view flops with the big engine like ESPN in comparison to a Fox, similar engines as it relates to American sports, ESPN is the worldwide leader in sports. You can't even negotiate 30% of Earl Spence money. If your pay-per-view does 110, 120,000, and Earl Spence is tracking between anywhere in 380 and 400,000 on his first pay-per-view, and this is your second pay-per-view, you know, it's going to be tough to even ask for more than 30%, being real, you know, and that's legitimately a 50-50 fight. It's 51-49 either way, whoever you're picking. Nobody wins that fight easy. Nobody. It's going to be a few knockdowns. It's going to be some great body shots. It's going to be some great counter shots. It's going to be some wit. You know what I mean? Everything is going to be explosive. So, anyways, man, I just said all that to say, Terence Crawford, buy out your contract. Make sure. And I'll say this. Bomac said this on Trill Boxing Talk in September. He said he started his own promotion company. We need to see that promotional company logo in the ring April 20th. We need to see that promotional company on the banner promoting this fight week, similar to Man Down Promotions and Garcia Boxing, all right, that we saw in Dallas, Texas. All right, we need to see all of that. All right, you got to start branding yourself. So, anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.